From Acitrezza, the quintessential Sicilian fishing village, we're going to take you to the Feast of St. John the Baptist in just a few minutes. But first, actually, this place was made famous when a Greek poet wrote about it many years ago.
Yes, the second book in Homer's tales about the fall of Troy, but this book was called The Odyssey, told the tale of Ulysses, the crafty Greek general who was captured by his crew here and taken up to Etna by the one-eyed Cyclops. But they blinded him. Can you imagine that? And he threw the big stones at him. And they landed over here.
And thus, those majestic rocks that are so symbolic to this area, but actually they're volcanic rocks.
Yeah, that's correct. I mean, how can somebody throw these two big rocks 22 kilometers away? But it makes good copy and makes it into a nice little touristic area for primarily people from the greater Catania area. There's a lot of Catanese here.
Okay, off to the festival.
When it comes to festivals and feasts, there's no better place than Sicily. There are literally hundreds of different festas to commemorate the different towns' patron saints and sagras, or celebrations of the local harvest, product, or food. The festivals in Acitrezza are small compared to cities like Catania and Palermo, but distinctly quaint and equally as important. June 24th is St. John the Baptist Day worldwide. In Acitrezza, it's a celebration that lasts almost a month. A couple of weeks before the festa is the Sagra del Pesce Spada, the festival of the swordfish. A big party with spectacular sounds, smells, and scenes right in the center of town. For 3 nights, dozens of volunteers from the parish of San Giovanni Battista expertly season fish with olive oil, lemon, oregano, salt, and prepare for a salad.
For organizing the festival, the party for the saint.
It's the beautiful festival for us because San Giovanni is in
My heart, your heart?
in
Everyone's heart.
People come from all over for the experience, and each year we manage to run into some Americans.
What do you want to say to folks in the U.S.?
The best food ever is Sicily. It's nothing like what you have in the United States for Italian food. It's nothing at all like what you get.
These members of the U.S. military are from the Sigonella Naval Air Station located outside of Catania.
It's the best fish you're ever going to eat, and it comes from like a grill over there.
Well, if you notice, the swordfish is a lot thinner here in Sicily than it is in the States. In the States, it's at least a ½ an inch thick. You can see why this is the national fish of Sicily. People over here eat this and only eat this. Great meal.
Swordfish is symbolic for Acitrezza because it's been a staple food and an economic treasure for centuries. This festival was first put on in 1989, but has gotten so big through the years that businesses and shops from the area also take the opportunity to display their products and wares. On the afternoon of June 24th, there's the Upisci a Mare, a parody of ancient swordfish fishing that became part of the celebration in the middle of the 18th century. Thousands from all over the province intently watch the actors perform. The men on the pier are considered to be the scout boat. They look for the fish swimming in the sea, and once they spot it, entice the other boats to catch it. The swordfish, played by another actor, tries to get away, but is quickly caught by the fishermen with a traditional harpoon. Fake blood gushes out into the boat and water. The men cheer with joy and gleefully shout, "We are rich, we are rich!" But the swordfish escapes, and the men yell at each other in a comical way. The scene is repeated 3 times to a tentative crowd. This 30-minute reenactment is really a story of the relationship between man and the sea, between fisherman and his bait, and the difficulties of a life as a fisherman. Shortly after the performance, and only several hundred yards away, preparations for the main event are well underway. Residents start descending on the streets. Bands line up to entertain and show their respect. These men are called bersaglieri. They are a corps of the Italian army, a historic and elite Italian military force. They wear a distinctive brim hat with feathers and run instead of march during parades. It's a unique sight just to watch them perform. The Vara, which will hold the statue of St. John the Baptist, is kept in a small warehouse. It's carried to the church in a highly orchestrated manner. Once the Vara arrives, the statue is brought out to a joyful crowd filled with religious zeal and fervor. It's a ritual that has been going on in Acitrezza since 1750, when the statue was made. People make a small donation so their children can kiss or touch the statue. For 2 days, dozens of men parade the Vara around the village with much fanfare. On July 1st, the statue is draped until August 29th, the day St. John the Baptist was martyred. And then another set of festivals and sagras will take place to commemorate the saint.
I hope you enjoyed this little tidbit from Acitrezza, but this is actually one of hundreds of festivals that goes on all over the island, especially in the summer, but not only in the summer, Alfred.
They're all over the place. Back in May, of course, you had this Festa Sandafio and Tre Castagni. In October, we have Zefferana, the October Festival. In the wintertime, we have the Festa Sant'Agata in Catania. How can we possibly forget in Palermo, the biggest one of them all, the Festa Santa Rosalia, and then
the
finally,
Carnival in Acireale.
That's right. So there's plenty of things to do here.
Year-round.
Family things to do, because that's what the Sicilians are all about. La familia è numero uno.
The family is number one. I hope you enjoyed this episode of You, Me, and Sicily. And if you'd like to watch others, go to www.evazmediagroup.com. Thanks for watching. See you later. Ciao. Ciao. Do you have anything you want to say to America?
Ha chiesto se andiamo in America. No. Yes, I like America.
I'm going to take you to one of the biggest festivals in this area in just a few minutes. But first, Alfred, this area is also known because Homer wrote about it in the Odyssey.
Yes, this is the place where the Cyclops allegedly was blinded by Ulysses, the clever Greek, and he threw the big stones at him. And they landed over here.
Let's do it again.
14 kilometers. Ooh!
Written about by Homer in the Odyssey many centuries ago.
All right, so wait a minute, I just want to get this straight in my mind. First, you got to talk about that. What's the throwback for me?
Just go with the flow.
Okay.
You know,
go.
Spontaneous. Are we recording?
Yeah.
Good. Okay. Ciao from Acitrezza, the quintessential Sicilian fishing village. We're going to take you to the Feast of St. John the Baptist in just a few minutes. But first, Alfred, this place is loaded with history, especially because Homer wrote about it in the Odyssey.
Yes, this is one of the One more time. Let's get it good. Homer wrote about it in the Odyssey, which was the tale about the Greek general Ulysses. He and his crew were captured by the one-eyed He and his crew were captured by the one-eyed. He and his crew were captured. You understand me? Homer wrote about it in his Odyssey. He told a tale, one of the tales that he told of Ulysses getting. One of the tales was Ulysses and his crew being captured by the one-eyed one of his tales is one. Can we just keep on rolling it?
Yes, let me do this.
Right.
One of his tales was about.
Come on, let's go. The sun's
Polyphemus.
Ah.
Okay, here we go. Okay.
Basta.
Ciao
I
from.
got it now.
We'll do it, use it now, and we'll put it in the bloopers.
No.
Okay, basta. Now let's do the.